All right, it's the morning of day 103. We got some rain again, but it's no big deal because I'll be in a hostel tonight. Feeling way better today. Got hiking just before 7. And the elevation isn't bad today. It's like mostly just one big climb at the beginning. Only a total of like 3,000 feet up throughout the whole day. And this is almost like a little under 2,000 of those feet. So yeah, it'll be a good day. We'll get into town. I believe the hostel is kind of south of town. So I think my plan is to hitch into town, get a resupply, get food, dinner, see if there's a brewery, and then get picked up by the hostel, get cleaned up and wash my stuff. And this hostel was recommended to me all the way back on day 2 or 3 at Above the Clouds. So I'm excited to finally be here and check it out. It's supposed to be a really good hostel. It's called the Green Mountain House. So I will talk to you guys later. Alright, so I'm back on trail after staying at Green Mountain House Hostel. What day is it? I did it again. It's day 104. That was a great stay. I went as quick as I could yesterday through the slop. Like, I didn't even care. I was stepping through puddles of mud, and then every time I hit a stream, I would just stand in it and shake my feet and kind of like rinse off my shoes, but then almost immediately I'd get them wrecked again. So towards the end I was trying to do that so that I would have somewhat cleaner shoes, but the last like third of a mile was just super sloppy. I ran into Hoot past me yesterday, and he was going into Manchester separate from his group. I guess perfect timing, in his group might have limes. He was not feeling good, and Hoot was ahead of them by a shelter or two when that part of his group decided to zero at a shelter because perfect timing was just shivering. He didn't want to get up, so he got better through the day, but they're going to make it into Manchester today, and he's hopefully going to get tested and get some antibiotics. I picked up some permethrin in town, so once I get a dry stretch, I'm carrying it right now, which kind of sucks, but once I hit a dry stretch and have some place I can lay out my stuff, I'm going to treat my clothes and my backpack and my tent, and that should last me all the way to the end as far as insect repellent goes. And who else did I see? Roadrunner. I finally caught him. I ended up passing him yesterday, and then Hoot said he saw him. So I was going like not super fast yesterday, so Roadrunner caught up to me. So I caught up with him. We chatted. He said he's slowing down. He was on a leave from his job with Amazon. He does truck driving for him, but he couldn't get it extended past 90 days, so he quit, and now he's just casually going about the trail, which is cool. So I might stay ahead of him. And then at the hostel, I ran into Lizard, she was staying there, and I haven't seen her since cross trails at the beginning of Maryland, I think. So we got to catch up. I guess on her way down from Greylock, she fell face first into poison oak. So she had poison oak on her face. I felt so bad. But the hostel was great. Got to see Chief. It was officially 100 days since I saw him, or last saw him. And he remembered me, so we got to catch up. So the hostel offers a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream for $1 if you stay there. But if you met Chief down in Georgia, you get it for free. So I got myself a free pint of Ben & Jerry's half-baked. And it was a struggle to finish because me and Hoot went to a pizza place when we hitched to town. And I ate a whole pizza. Nearly a whole pizza. I had like half a slice left. And I left the rest for Hoot if he wanted. But he was ahead of me on trail, right? And then I get to the road crossing and I see him standing out in the road trying to hitch. And he's like, yeah, I've been trying to hitch for 10 minutes. So I'm like, well, let me see if Uber's available. So I'm helping him hitch and trying to get my phone to connect. And like the first truck that comes by stops for us. So he waited 10 minutes. I waited a minute. And so we got into town. I picked up my permethrin, ate the pizza, and resupplied. Bob and Pink Flops are stopping at Bromley Mountain Summit today, which, if I did that, would only be a 3-mile day for me, so I'm not doing that. It's just too much of a Nero, and I feel too good to put in only 3 miles. So hopefully I see them again sometime in Hanover. They plan on going into Rutland, which I think I'm going to skip. And I'm going to do two hostel stays. One on Thursday night. Today's Monday. So in 4 days. And then Saturday night in Hanover. Or, yeah, Saturday night. Because I won't be far after that. What else? I think that's all I got for now. So if anything else comes up, I'll let you guys know. Talk to you later. Alright, so under 2 miles out from the shelter I'm going to stop at. I forget what it's called. It'll be at the end of the video. I just ate lunch at the previous shelter, which is only 1.7 miles before it, or I ate dinner there. Roadrunner was there, along with Moonfall, who was at the hostel last night as well. She's doing the long trail, not the AT, the Vermont Long Trail, which runs from where the AT starts in Vermont, and then once the AT turns right to go towards New Hampshire, the Vermont Long Trail continues north all the way to Canada. So it's only 200 some miles, I think, and 104-ish are shared with the AT. The long trail was actually conceptualized before the AT, and I think it was Benton McKay who expanded upon it, and eventually created the Appalachian Trail as we know it. But enough history. It was a long day today. Back in the mud. Just has me feeling down again. I was feeling so good this morning after the hostel stay. It's just you get right back in the muck of Vermont, and I was just not moving my normal pace, going slow, trying not to get my feet wet. Well, I inevitably got wet just because it's impossible not to. So I'm gonna have, you know, wet socks and shoes for probably all of Vermont. But Scoops passed me, and on Wednesday I convinced Roadrunner too. On Wednesday we're all gonna go into Rutland and stay at a hiker hostel. I'll divulge more information on it later on, but it's going to be interesting and part of the AT experience. But it doesn't change my plans of getting into Hanover on Saturday, which I don't even know if I talked about on here. But that is my plan for mileage, and I will be done with Vermont. I'm just mentally checked out of Vermont and ready for it to be over. Nearly mentally checked out of the AT. I've been feeling so bad. But again, it's not like physically feeling bad. It's just I'm not in it like mentally with all of this, the conditions. And I know a lot of other hikers are feeling the same, you know. Plus we're in the like final stretch of our through hike, and lots of feelings there. On top of all the rain and muck of Vermont. Vermont. The hostel owner is like, he's like, I'm actually embarrassed by Vermont because of how bad it is right now, just how much rain they've had. He's actually from Ohio. He lives in Akron, Ohio during the wintertime. So I thought that was kind of funny. His license plate was an Ohio license plate. But that's about all I got for the night, I think. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow.